TIFU by asking a man with alopecia for head shaving tips. This technically happened yesterday. So every time I try to shave my head, I end up butchering myself. I'm a newly bald dude, and whenever I see other bald guys, I ask for tips. I get asked for beard tips all the time. For now I've just settled for using clippers and cutting my hair at the shortest setting possible. So I'm at my son's soccer game and I see a dapper bald man and ask him how he gets his shave so close. He smiles and says with an accent, "Well, first you get this thing called alopecia and then it just falls out." I immediately apologize and tell him I'm a dumb ass. He just laughs and says, "I know it's so shiny, right?" Thankfully he was really cool about it and we both had a good laugh. TLD or TIFU by asking a man with alopecia haircutting techniques. It sounds like an honest mistake and the guy was a good sport about it. If it makes you feel better. When I was looking for a new hairstylist, I was following the advice of my previous stylist, who retired. She told me to ask people whose haircut I like where they got their hair done. So I was out to lunch with an old high school friend and her hair was cut in a really cute pixie cut. And I asked her where she got it done. To my horror, she shared with me that she was battling cancer at 25 and it was a wig. Person facepalming light skin tone. She was very gracious about it, thankfully. And if FB is to be believed, she is now doing well. My dad has alopecia. What you did is less of a foo than when someone assumed he was a cancer patient. Thank God you didn't ask Will Smith's wife. I have an uncle who gets his perfectly shiny bald head with hair removal cream. If you're still looking for tips, lol. I've been shaving my head for close to 15 years now and I still nick myself on occasion. It's definitely an acquired skill. Get a Panasonic Arc 5 shaver. The Japanese know cutting steel better than anyone and it shaves a head or a face like a dream. When the head wears out, hunt for the JDM replacement head. It has brass rollers and glides even smoother. I'm a metal fabricator and that head lasts me a year of shaving embedded grinder disc grit. And my hair is like a wire brush. I've learned that if I get the urge to compliment someone on how smooth their skin is, I should stop, because it's usually alopecia. You didn't exactly ask, but I've also really struggled to find something that worked well for shaving my head until I got one of these a few weeks ago. https://leafshave.com/products/theleafrazor. I've tried multiple different, normal, razors from stores and spent close to $1,000 on different electric razors and haven't been happy with any of them. Cartridge-style razors give me really bad irritation and ingrown hairs, and electric razors are super slow and don't cut close enough, so I end up having to shave so often that my skin gets irritated. The leaf razor is phenomenal. I get a very close shave with very little to no irritation. The initial purchase price is a kind of a shock, but since it uses super cheap double-edged razors, you can just snap them in half. I can replace the blades every 2 shaves and still get like a full year of shaves for $10. I only use 2 blades at a time. The only thing it isn't great at is the tight areas around my ears, since it is large and hard to maneuver down in those gaps. I just keep one of my old Gillette razors to clean that area up when I'm done with everything else. Find a barber that does straight razor shaving. Most barbershops offer this. Well, you meant it as a compliment. I don't think this is as much of an FU. It seems like you complimented him more than anything. Dude with alopecia here. Don't worry about it. If anything, I would be flattered by a question like that because it means you'd admire the way my head looks. Besides that, Not everyone with alopecia goes completely bald, so it's very well possible that the guy still shaves his head. I still have a few patches of hair I have to shave. Honestly, I'd rather just be fully bald and not have to put any effort in it. I used to hold a mirror when I first started to see the back. But after time you can just go off memory. I recently got this. https www.azn.com/dp/b09eq1qkpx and like it. But it's not good enough for all the way to the clean shave. It's great for taking the extended 4-day stubble down to prep for it though. I use Gillette Fusion 5 and change them out once a month or so, less often since COVID hit, and I was in the office a lot less. I find that the fresh blade is where I'm usually gonna do the most damage. I have a couple moles that if I hit them, bleed like a stuck pig. Stick as your friend there. The rest of it is just practice. That's hilarious. And I'm glad the guy wasn't upset. My Phil is bald and uses headblade to get a good clean shave. I'm shaving my head since the pandemic. I'm using double-edge razor. It's stylish and feels amazing. If you need tips, let me know. I would find it at least a bit funny and react the same as him. And if someone comments bald at such a young age, my response is usually quite witty. More aerodynamic. I can think better because my brain doesn't overheat, etc. I started balding at the start of my 20s. And by 26, I started shaving because it was simpler and looked better. I find it the easiest, safest, to use the disposable razors. Not the cheapest ones, but also not the most expensive ones. It's manageable if you get the shortest haircut with the electric hair clipper and then shave with a razor. I manage to shave once a week without the need of hair clipper. It seems like he took it as a compliment, and it kind of is. I mean, you basically said that his head looks so good. How can you achieve that? If you get bald involuntarily, I bet it helps if others would like to achieve the same look. Spoken as an ex-cancer patient who temporarily lost all my hair. If you're going bald, you also have alopecia. The technical term for pattern hair loss is androgenetic alopecia. Go out and buy yourself a dual foil razor. I got mine from a barber store. This will get your hair super short with no hassle. They only shave really tiny hairs, so it's a bit more upkeep having to remember to shave every other day to keep it short. If I want it better than that, after I foil my head I take a face razor to it and then it's baby smooth. But I tend to just do the razor once a week or for special occasions.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.